Have you ever experienced a flat tire as you're coming to and from work? Or better yet, have you ever experienced a tire blowout as you're driving? Unfortunately, I have. At the time, my tire had exploded as I was driving down the road. What had happened was I had hit a unsuspecting pothole. It caused my tire to explode as I was driving. What I had to do at the time was assess the situation and then proceed off the road safely. What would you have done in this situation? Would you have called a friend? Would you call a family member? Would you call AAA, or would you do it yourself? Fortunately, at the time, I was able to perform the job on my own, and I'm going to show you how. At the time, what I did was I activated the red emergency button located on the dashboard of your vehicle. By doing this, you allow yourself to and others to let you know that your vehicle is disabled and you need to proceed cautiously to out of harm's way. The red triangular button can be found on the dashboard of your vehicle depending on the make and model of the car you're driving at the time. What you're going to have to do is assess the situation and make sure that you are out of harm's way and make sure the car is on a flat, even surface before you can begin this job. What you're going to have to do is put the car into park, and after doing so, you're going to want to activate the emergency brake. If you're driving a manual, you're going to have to put the gear into first gear or reverse and activate the emergency brake. Most spare tires are found under the trunk liner. In this case, it's right here. And we have all the necessary tools to perform the job right here, as well as the spare tire. What you're gonna have to do is unbolting the bolt that's keeping the spare tire together and remove the spare tire. And I'm going to grab the tools. Most tools comes with a jack, a lug nut wrench, and a handle to help assist with the rotating of the jack. Most jack has a jack point indicator on the jack point itself. It is a diagram that will let you know where to look for your jack points. For this vehicle, we're going to jack up the tires in front of the passenger rear. The jack point on this vehicle can be found right here. Here. When you're jacking the vehicle, make sure the surface is flat. By doing so, you're going to allow yourself to be placed in a better situation. If the vehicle is placed on an uneven surface, what that will do is cause it to shift and become unstable and even unsafe. So what you're going to do is just rotate the head of the jack and match it with the notch of the jack point on the vehicle. Once it's safely on the vehicle, what you're going to do is make sure you undo the lug nuts, and if your lug nuts have a key for it, make sure you consult the user's manual to find out where the key is. In this case, my lug nut key is inside my glove compartment. When you're undoing the lug nuts, you're going to apply some kind of pressure off the vehicle, just enough, and if it's too tough, what you're going to do is you're going to want to step on the lug nut wrench itself and then push down. What it'll do is it'll allow it to undo the nuts. What you're going to have to do is assess the your lug patterns, and if you're driving a 5-piece lug pattern, you're going to go in a star-shaped pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you're driving a 4-lug nut pattern for your vehicle, you want to do an X shape, so it'll be something like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to jack with the vehicle and remove the flat tire. In this case, we're going to pretend this is a flat tire. So I'm going to put this handle into the rotating head of the jack, and I'm going to use the lug nut wrench and help me assist in rotating the jack up, and we're going to go in a bicycle pattern. In this case, because this is not a flat tire, you want to make sure you get at least 2 inches of clearance, or 3, off the ground to make sure you can comfortably remove the tire off the vehicle. What you're going to do is to remove the tire, just tap the corner and it'll just come right off. Make sure you lift it off slowly. Once you have your spare tire, what you're going to have to do is assess which one is the front side or which one is the back side. A good indicator for this is locating the air valve is usually on the outside, because putting it this way would be wrong. So when you replace the tire, you're going to want to ensure that this tire stem is on the outside of the vehicle. or facing outward on the vehicle. Once the spare tire is back on, what you're going to want to do is put the lug nuts back in a star-shaped pattern. And now what we're going to do is we're going to lower the car. We're going backwards. Okay? Once the vehicle is safely on the ground, you're going to make sure you want to tighten it one last time to make sure that it is okay to drive on. Now what you're going to do is you're going to want to put your tools back. Make sure that you don't drive on this tire long term because it's not meant for long term driving. Make sure you don't drive on the spare tire only enough to allow yourself to get to your nearest local tire shop.